Hello everyone, it's the Master and welcome to part 5 of Let's Build a The Sims 4 house in The Sims 3. So in the previous part we actually made the layout of the house so we could start the interior in this part. So that's also what we're going to be doing in this episode actually. And I actually only have one picture of the interior, so I don't know whether I will really be able to follow the lines of how it looks like in that picture, because of course it's kind of difficult to build a full house or an entire house exactly like it would be in The Sims 4 if you only have one screenshot from one room. So I think I'll just keep the style of the way it looks, but not really much of the rest, because yeah, the way all the furniture is placed and anything, I can't really follow that too much, but I think you'll understand. So yeah, let's just start. So this is going to be the living room. As you can see upstairs here we have this cool area which I thought would be nice to put in this house. So maybe I can actually make something like this to make it look a little bit cooler. But I could also I think I'll just place the television in front of the window, because it doesn't really matter, it won't be stolen like sooner if you place it in front of the window. So I guess I'll just place this television there. Yep. By the way, first just place the furniture a bit. Also I'll have to change the color of the floors over here. Let me see, what color did they use? They used a little bit of a darker color. I think this one is just a little bit too basic to use. So I think I'll change it a little bit. Remove that. Let me see. Yeah, by the way, the loading might take some time because I've just started the game, so create a style is kind of laggy. But as you can see, this is the house so far. I think it really looks exactly like it does in the game, and I'm very happy with that. I will leave the this roof as it is, by the way, because I think this would be near the best that we can get. And if I would actually like change it in such a way that I make a curved roof, yeah, it would just only take much time and in the end look a little bit more amateuristic, I think. So I'll just leave it as it is. And this floor does that. It doesn't really look like the floor, but yeah, I think at least it's kind of close. So also place a carpet over here. Yep, like this, I guess. Just in the middle. And then place a couch or a sofa or whatever, which I'll place like this. I do have a picture of the living room as I said, so I'll try to kind of make it as it looks like. By the way, I don't have that picture on my PC, so you might not see that picture, but if you go to the trailer you can maybe see this picture, but it's seriously on the screen for a very short time, so you have to pause exactly on the right time in order to be able to get it. But yeah, maybe you can succeed in doing that. Let's put this one over there. I think for this interior I will use quite some colorful colors, because that's basically what The Sims 4 is. It's very colorful, so I will also make it colorful in my own game. Well, in my own game, in The Sims 3 actually. Also I think that is kind of a cupboard that would be used in The Sims 4. Just because of the shape, yeah, I just quite like the shape of that one, and it is kind of like the Sims 4 style. Just place that one over there. I will, by the way, of course change all the colors of it, but not now. I'll do it later in this part. Also over here I think I'll place this plant. Yep, there we go. Then we kind of have the shape who started that. So yeah, let me see. I think over here I want to use this one. That's also kind of the Sims 4 style, but then I do have to place this away from the painting. And I expect that over here I'll somewhere place a piano. By the way, I do actually expect that the furnishing of this house will take quite some time, but yeah, people still seem to quite like this series, so yeah, I'll see how long I'll keep this going. Because yeah, we have so many rooms to furnish, it's unbelievable. So maybe it takes too much time. Maybe I can, like, yeah, I don't really know what I can do. Maybe I can also leave some rooms for you to furnish if you download the house, because I'll try to make it downloadable, because that would be great. Because I know that people just like to download my houses so now and then. So yeah, first place some light. Yeah, that one. Because it seems like that one is actually in The Sims 4 too. Or maybe it is another one. No, I guess it's that one. Then what is this light actually? I've never seen it before, because I've just installed that game. Because I installed it because I didn't really need it. And it only makes my game a little bit slower if I use too many expansion packs and stuff. That's also why I don't have them all actually, because you might expect that I have all the expansion packs, and I wish I would be able to have them all, but I just don't want my game to get slower because I have all of them, and I really feel like I already have very many items, which would be the reason that I would buy a new expansion pack, and would love to be able to buy them. But the problem is that I don't want to slow down my game. And I do expect that that would happen if I install some new expansion packs. So for The Sims 4, I hope I'll be able to install them all, but I expect I will, because the game will take less power, or doesn't need as much power as The Sims 3 needs actually. So I think that's great, and I hope that's actually true, because they've said that, but maybe they've just been talking shit, but you never know. So this is kind of what the living room will be. Pretty simple, but I think I won't go for something too detailed maybe, because yeah, it doesn't look very detailed in The Sims 4 either. And also that would just take way too much time, so yeah. And of course if I have to color all the items, that will also take some time. Especially in the start like now, because now I still have to wait for Create a Style to load. So I think over here, let's plan what I'll be building over here. I think over here I'll build like a big bookcase. I think that would be cool, and I think that would fit there nicely. So let's see, it is loaded, then we have to go there. Then that has to load. Yeah, let me see. Because I of course do want to kind of have it in my own style, which is quite detailed. Not most detailed of some people in the community, but also not very basic. But yeah, let's see, maybe what kind of pattern can we go for? Oh, it's still loading, of course. By the way, if you haven't seen the previous part, over here is the place where the kitchen will be. Then over here I expect, what did I want to build there? I believe a bedroom, but I'm not sure. Over here I don't really know, maybe a gym. That's what I wanted to build there. And just like something else over there. And then upstairs here are some more bedrooms. And then maybe for this room I will leave these for you to furnish, and this will be like a play area, like with a ping pong table and stuff. But we will see in the future what we'll do there. So let me see what. I kind of need big squares, so let me see, are there patterns with big squares? Nope. Well, this is probably the biggest it can get, so we'll go for that. Yeah, something like that could work maybe. Yeah, I guess it works. Though normally I would actually never use this color, I think. Well, I would maybe use this color, but not really this pattern. But now I just use it because it would look nice for this house, and it looks like, well, it doesn't particularly look nice for this house, but mainly it just looks like it would look in The Sims 4 actually, so that's why I chose this color. Okay, it's still loading. Yes, okay. Then for the sofa, I guess I'll just go for a little bit of a lighter color, because otherwise I don't want this to be like a dark house. So then I do this, because then I can also just change the color of this one to something darker, like gray or black. Yep, and then the wood actually, if I change it to this, looks good. Yes. Though I'm not really sure about the color of the rock over there, but we'll see. Also, the color of the floor I think is something that I will change, but we'll do that after I've colored all the furniture. Holy shit. Furniture, that's basically it. I really don't know what I'm talking about actually, but yeah, if I have to wait for the game to load, then I just start talking strangely maybe. Yeah, of course, turn into something white. Yep, there we go. I guess that's okay. Then, yep, accept that. Then I will first change the wall painting a little bit. That was just more of an indication, because I'll choose this color. Then I'll go for a different pattern and a different color. This pattern, and then more of a wooden color, because that's also what I see in The Sims 4. Yes, that's more like a floor, I think. Look, that's kind of what I would think about when you see a The Sims 4 interior, right? Like very colorful and very, yeah, simple, kind of very smooth. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I got some more interest in building the interior again just some seconds ago, because whenever a house or an interior starts to look nice, I think everyone has that. You just get that feel of like, yeah, I want to finish this, and you enjoy it better. Though actually when I don't enjoy like building a house or doing a series, I usually stop it, because yeah, I make videos because I like it, so I'm not going to do something because I have to or something. And you probably noticed that because I've sometimes just stopped some Let's Build because I didn't enjoy them. Which I know some people might find very irritating, but yeah, I just do it for fun and it's like a hobby, so I only do it because I like it, and if I don't like it I basically stop. And then you get something back which is actually better than what you had before, so don't cry too much. Look, so that's a wall. That's what we have so far. Which is pretty good. If I add some more decoration over here, I think it's perfect. And that's well, we did spend quite some time on this room already, but that's mainly because we had to wait for like, I think 5 minutes in total for Create a Style to load. Yeah, this is also something I think fits The Sims 4 nicely, because it's just so colorful. Oh, well, well, I think I'll put it on the dining table because it's just a little bit too big to put on this little table, and I personally wouldn't place like a huge fruit, yeah, bag in front of my TV, but well, maybe some strange Sims would actually do that. So I think I'll put like a room divider over here for some extra detail, of which I actually like the color already. Yes. And then we can also put a room divider behind the television maybe. Often I use room dividers for everything except for it being a room divider, but yeah. Maybe I can place it. No. Well, nah. Nope. I think I'll just place this plant, well, a plant like this one over there, and this one over here. Well, no, I will place a lamp over here. Which one? I think this one is a The Sims 4 lamp. There are just some items in The Sims 3 which really feel like The Sims 4 items, because they're kind of basic and not very detailed in like the way they look. Because some things do actually look very detailed in The Sims 3, and that's just not The Sims 4. That's not how it would look like in The Sims 4. So I try to stay away from using them. Just because I want to give this house the look of The Sims 4. So yeah, I guess you will understand what I mean with that. So change the color of this, yeah, arc kind of thing, maybe. Also place that over there. Yes. Then I wanted to place a bookcase over here. Yeah. I could actually use these, but they might be a little bit too modern. And they might actually look at least like a bookcase. Yeah, you know what? I will use this one, add some brown colors to make it look a little bit more like a bookcase, and then I guess I'll add like a more of a seating area in front of it. So we add like this color. Yes, that's what we call a bookcase. Like a modern bookcase actually. Yes, accept that. There we go. Then I can place a nice piece of art over here. No, that's just a stone. Some real piece of art. Hope that, well, you know what, if I place these bookcases a little bit. No, I have to place them too far in the wall in order to get that right. So then I will just place some modern art. This one, yeah. And then some nice relaxing chairs over here. Yep. And then changing the color of those two into like something colorful, I think, because otherwise that is kind of a boring area of the house, or actually of the living room. So let's just some bright colors, because that's The Sims 4. Wait a second. This one, just some leather, and then which color? Not. I want to go for that green color, but how do I get that? Okay, let's see. Is this kind of what I want? Nope. I want to go for yellow. Just a sudden change of decision. Yeah, fuck it. Just place that over there. Then we actually place this one over there. Let me see, I wish I could use this one, but that's actually custom content, so I'm not using that one. Well, it seriously looks... You know what, I will just delete it from the download, but I just like the look of those apples too much to not place it in this house, because it's so basic that I just really like it. Add some more of these circled rugs. Yep. Yeah, and then we did the living room, which turned out to look pretty nice, I think. Yeah, really, The Sims 4 is just not using too much creative style, except for changing the colors, but not really using different patterns or anything, I mean. So that's good, because The Sims 4 won't have creative style, unfortunately, which has been, I think, one of the stupidest, wait, how do you say it? The stupidest, something like that, changes which they made to The Sims 4, but yeah, I expect that they've thought about it well enough, because yeah, it's just not very smart to leave creative style out, but well, they probably have a reason for that, so yeah, I won't cry about it too much. Yes, we place that one. I actually really like the floor which we have in the living room, so I'll also place it or use it for the hallway. And then now we go over to the kitchen, of which I also have a very small picture in the background, which seems to be kind of dark, so I think I'll go for a little bit of a lighter tile sort over here. And also I see that this episode is pretty long already, so maybe I'll have to stop it, and then in the next part I'll continue again, but we'll see. Let me see. Just something relaxing, well, not too detailed actually, because that is not The Sims 4. Yeah, a little bit lighter maybe, just really white. And then we can actually make this a little bit more dark. Yeah, that's what we want. What I want actually. Then I add some tiles, of course, in the kitchen. Also this, the wall painting I try to not make too detailed. Yeah, just because I don't think that would really fit The Sims 4. So yeah. By the way, recently I got quite of a funny comment because someone said fake The Sims 3. Well, I know that this might be kind of, yeah, if you see it like in the list, you search for The Sims 4 videos and you find this video and you expect, wow, someone has a The Sims 4 Let's Build, that you might be disappointed that I actually just played The Sims 3. But I mean, the title is The Sims 3 Let's Build a The Sims 4 house, and of course you should know that The Sims 4 isn't released yet, so then you can expect that I actually don't build a real The Sims 4. Well, I don't build a house in The Sims 4, but I build a The Sims 4 house. But yeah, I just had to laugh about that comment. So yeah, wait. I first have to change the colors of these floors. Yeah, that's better, I think. Maybe, won't it be too light, is what I wonder. I think I'll use some wood, and then this time the darker one, which I'll make a little bit lighter, but not as light as the other one. Is it still? Yeah, it has to be a little bit darker. Yep, there we go. That's the right color, I think, for this kitchen. And this. And then I think actually I can make like a cool dining area somewhere in the house. I think over here I'll make a cool dining area. And then here just a basic yeah, breakfast table or something. But that's what we will do in the next part, because this is already like 25 minutes long. So I hope you enjoyed watching this part. Yeah, I don't know if we can say that we made quite much progress, but we did really find the style in which I wanted to, or in which I want to build a house. So I think that's great. So yeah, thanks for watching this part, and I hope to see you back later.